true. If you want to know exactly what it's like to raise a teenager, it's telling them that they shouldn't do an hour-long skincare routine with about $200 of products, and then them telling you that you're being unreasonable, that you're crazy for going, I don't know, you're 14, an hour seems like a lot, and I don't think you need to put bee pollen on your skin. At 14, you believed in Santa 24 months ago. This seems like a jump in maturation. You are willing to spend every dollar that you've ever earned or were given for any holiday for an anti-aging cream. And you're like, you're 14. You can't age.
It's impossible.
And
it's
actually,
impossible.
at your age... It's probably best if you look a little older, actually. Like a 14-year-old's wanting to look young, you're like, all right, Peter Pan, I think it's time to grow up. It's, the skincare routine for the teenage girl, it's, what are we doing? Stop selling this to them. Stop allowing.
It's money.
I know it's money. I know. I understand the concept of capitalism.
Totally.
But we used to sell them like magazines or clothes or like stuff they needed or would they read or stuff. Like the idea that you're just pumping in this vanity into, you're trying to convince a girl of how perfect her face has to be, and that face masks a brain that's not even going to develop for 9 more years. No putting cream on your face till your brain's formed. That
would be amazing.
Can that be a law?
But I mean, you got to think how many influencers they're watching a day.
Yeah.
Do these skincare routines.
I don't get it. I don't understand. You're like, why are we pumping in vanity into young women? I mean, society has already put this incredible pressure on them that, like, you are how good you look. And then the internet is just full of influencers going, yes, that's correct. And this is how you look that good, which I understand has always existed. But if there is one thing that I could take off of TikTok, it is the skincare influencer. I want them off the app. I'll have the app banned just for that reason. You can keep all the other crap on there. You got to take the skincare influencer telling a 10-year-old that a $200 bee pollen anti-aging cream is this season's must-have.
Well, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But they're getting a promo code. They're getting a little kickback. They can write off all their skincare routine because they're an entrepreneur.
If you're gonna teach a young human to put an hour into anything, their skincare doesn't break the top 100.
Right.
Go exercise. Go read. Go draw. Go climb a tree. Go play in traffic. Go playing in traffic will teach a 10-year-old better life lessons than having an hour skincare routine. Because you learn that life's hard out here. That there are more important things than wrinkles under your eyes. I can't. Wash your face. Okay, wash your face. Heck, put a little moisturizer on there. Go to bed. You're 14. You look great. You look great, man. I got to take out a loan. I got to. You want me to? You're like, no. Oh yeah. Let's. You know what? I do need a Sephora credit card for sure. Let me start getting some Sephora points, honey. You get college or collagen. Those are your choices.
Our daughter went to Sephora, used my phone number, and got my birthday freebie.
I mean, if she would put half that amount of work into her studies, she would be the valedictorian. Anyways, what I'm saying is we're locked in with these kids for the summer. And we got some trips coming up. And this current generation of parents is the first generation of parents that it gets to summer and we look at our kids like, oh, we have to do something with you. Like, we have to be involved in your... We're the first generation of parents that it gets to summer break and like, oh, we have to be involved in your lives.
It's not uncommon for teenagers to be at day camps.
Yes.
As helpers.
Yes.
Like...
Our parents...
That wasn't
exactly. It wasn't a thing. Our parents... When we were kids, summer would hit and that would affect our parents' life in no way whatsoever. Because... They didn't care. They weren't supervising us. Their lives did not alter in any way whatsoever. They went to work. They didn't go to work. They did whatever they did. They were not planning activities. They were not doing anything for us. They were not supervising us. There was no sidewalk chalk. There was no crafts. If we were lucky, they would turn the sprinkler on. Because that was entertainment back in the day, which is like, here's a stream, go jump, and you would jump for hours.
Yes.
You would jump through 8 streams of water. Oh, your legs are all itchy.
Yeah. If you're lucky, you had a slip and slide.
Yeah, or if you were poor, you had a tarp.
Yeah.
And if you were adventurous and poor, you had a tarp and the soap. And then you were cooking. And then you just left. And you would go out. And you would have this adventure. You had like 10 hours. And you would meet strangers. And you would discover weird things in the woods. And you would get in a fight. And you would get scars. And you would come home. And your parents knew none of it. They had no idea of this. You lived a Huck Finn day every day. And they're like, what did you do today? You're like, I jumped off the school roof. And now I'm home. And they're like, that's fine. And now we're like involved in their lives because we know that was not good that we did that. So now
we're like, before you get on screens, you have to do 30 minutes of creative time. 2 household chores.
Yes.
30 minutes of outside activity.
Yes. And then
you can sit on your iPad from 10:30 to 6:30.
And they get on their devices and play Fortnite and Minecraft, and we lived that. We were out chasing people and building things with blocks and little shelters and shooting things at our friends. We lived Fortnite and Minecraft every day of summer until they posted the school list. And you're like,
ran to the elementary school.
Every day.
I got the mean teacher.
Yes, exactly. Dang it. Yeah, you would just like, what did you do today? You're like, oh, I learned how to drive a 4-wheeler. What? Where'd you find a 4-wheeler? Don't ask questions, Father.
He didn't.
I forged a new friendship in the ravine. We have new alliances.
Smashed a snake with a stick.
Yeah. Here it is. Yes. But now we as parents are just like, but we knew, that's what I'm saying, we're retroactively responding like, you probably shouldn't have done that. We needed some supervision. We can't just like, we're limping home every day with a splint, and you're like, we met, you would meet, you're like, oh, we ran into the random guy who lives behind the school. Taught us how to roast marshmallows. Harass some people on the golf course. It doesn't. So, anyways, it is a total adjustment that now, and now our kids, they have the audacity to tell us that they're bored, and you're like, I would never mention boredom to my dad. Never.
Because you had a yard full of trees.
Exactly. And it would just be like...
the leaves came down.
First off, they do the hi, board, I'm Dad. Nice to meet you. That was a classic dad line of the 90s. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, well, I'll make you not bored. And then it would just be chores. And now you're chopping down a tree. And you're like, you know what? Me and my friend are just going to go chop down a different tree, and it's going to feel different. Because it's not chores. What I'm saying is it's once you get into summer break anymore, it's hard to know who's going to have the higher screen times, the parents or the kids.